Yo, welcome back to the Fix. Quik Fix, that is your boy Nar here with Ari and Javi.
Again.
Yay. Do a father rock.
Do I?
A father rock. Yeah.
Yes, for foot dance.
All right, Jazz, for the people who aren't familiar.
Before.
What?
Watch Ari.
Can he sing back?
Yeah, Ari, let's be serious and let's be professionals. Please. You see what I have to deal with in that ear, Jabs? But the people who aren't familiar with Quik Fix, can you tell them what Quik Fix is all about? But before you do that, tell them who it's brought to them by.
Sure. So, Quik Fix is brought to you by Prison Marketing Consultants, the public relations and media platform catering to the Caribbean diaspora. Now, Quik Fix is a run-up of the news that we've missed in the week, so we're gonna get started. Are you ready?
Back way.
Ari, behave. Koffee on lockdown?
No.
Grammy-winning reggae artist Koffee was involved in an incident aboard an American Airlines flight from Kingston to Miami earlier this afternoon. Sources said Koffee attempted to use the restroom in first class even though she was seated in economy. She was refused entry by a flight attendant, which led to an altercation with the stewardess. International civil aviation requirements stipulate that an aircraft cannot take off or land with any passenger standing in the aisle. As a result of the confrontation, the pilot was forced to circle while the purser and flight attendants attempted to defuse the situation with Koffee. The flight eventually landed later than scheduled at the Miami International Airport at 2:10 p.m., 2 hours after takeoff from Norman Manley International Airport. Passengers on the flight were allowed to disembark the aircraft. However, Koffee is being interviewed by authorities at the airport. Yeah, so this is shocking news. Naro, what are your thoughts?
Shocking news indeed. When we did actually see the news, I'm like, are you sure this is a Koffee? Right? This is the Grammy kid?
This is the Grammy
because
kid.
if these events that have been reported are true, this is definitely not a good look for her. Not a good look at all.
Yeah.
Protocol. And if it's that she was going against protocol, especially after it was explained to her, say, oh, this is how things are, and then she afraid to kick up a ruckus and all them things. They're like, yeah, this is definitely not a good look for her and by us. Yeah, not a good look for us by extension.
Okay.
I mean, because she is, like it or not, representative of Jamaica or go on. She fly the Jamaican flag high wherever she goes. Yeah, so apparently she's being questioned by authorities. So we can say let's see how far from that.
True. Ari.
No, yeah, share the sentiment that I was wondering if this is really Koffee. Because I mean, you know, if we'd probably hear something like this if she was like a diva. I think we would have heard stories of her diva behavior, like if
this seems like a first.
Yeah, so this
really
is the first
for her.
time, so it's kind of shocking. As you said, Javi, I don't know.
On the whole, on the diva jokes, by the way.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know what was the issue. Maybe it was an emergency for her, but it from what I was reading, it felt like the plane was about to land, and usually you can't. They usually ask you to be seated,
right?
You know, have your trays upright when the plane is about to land, because obviously for safety reasons. So I don't know if it's because of something serious where she couldn't hold it and she had to use the bathroom, you know, and then she just get into a tiff with the flight attendant. I was trying to figure out what purse I was literally looking it up before, but I got distracted because I'm like, what is a purse? Is that the air marshal?
An officer on a ship who keeps account of the, I guess, on the plane.
Yeah, like an air marshal.
The head steward on a passenger vessel.
Yeah. You're right. So a head steward. Okay, so the head flight attendant.
Not necessarily air marshal.
Yeah. So I don't know what will happen or what will come out of this. It's just shocking to hear. Yeah. So let's see what they invested. Well, the questioning, because they're just questioning her to find out really what the
issue.
What the issue was.
What was the issue?
Smooth.
So let's see what comes from it, if anything comes from it. So yeah.
True.
Just glad that, you know, for the most part everybody was safe. And, yeah. The flight was able to land safely.
I haven't been on planes now. There's just one bathroom, right?
There is literally one bathroom.
All right.
The other thing too is like she's in economy.
Oh, you reach a first class.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, wait
I had the question in my head, and
minute.
I said, well, I already say so. I'm not gonna say.
I thought about it. I'm like, that's okay,
Weird.
all right.
Very weird.
Because I'm like, what is it? If she had used the economy bathroom, like, would it have been an issue, or is that them never want her to use the first class bathroom? Maybe that's
Or
the
is
question.
it that she say, oh, I don't use the peasant bathroom? Me need to go first class?
I mean, them stink the same.
I don't know.
Them rank the
Me never yet
equally.
use a first class bathroom.
I'm sure they're ranked equally. Okay, yeah.
But if you want to use first class bathrooms, then you go to
First class.
right?
Yeah, no. I really don't know what it
Maybe
really,
she was meant to be booked in first class and there's some
maybe.
mix. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just don't look or sound good. This
It's
whole
weird.
story.
Yeah.
But that was the one thing in the story. I'm like,
So, all right, moving on. Valiant versus Kabaka. What's going on? Dancehall artist Valiant has seemingly responded to recent criticism of his music. His song Rasta, released on March 5th, struck a nerve with fellow artist Kabaka Pyramid, who took to Twitter on March 12th to share his view. When we say we want to inspire the next generation, this is not what we meant. Rasta joking at Jamaica now, apparently. Alright, he wrote. On Tuesday, Valiant appeared on Instagram Live to vent his frustrations about seasoned artists in the industry. But just they are mids, like I'm just grateful for everything I go on and think, but more while you sit down and like you just overthink. Valiant began. I open, I start achieve some bigger things and the support still there. When I get bad mind for the younger generation, or my art get dirty, or my art don't get dirty, and say some things for try tear down the dancehall where I try build, he continued. Instead of responding directly to the criticism Valiant shared, where I try create unity in the thing and the thing work, bro, with a positive. You have some people where you look up to or try tear down your mindset that make you feel like get corrupt, he said. All right, so what do we think of this, Ari?
yeah, well, to be honest, I didn't the first clip that came to me was him telling to not play Popcaan. That was the clip.
That's what you saw.
That was the first clip that went viral.
Yeah.
You know, him telling whoever that was in his vicinity to lock off Popcaan. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I thought that we were gonna talk about that, but okay, not messy. We spoke about it on the podcast this week. The whole situation between Valiant. It was really Kabaka and Country Hype, the producer, but Valiant responded, and I think his response, though, again, beautifully, like it was a beautiful response, because I never hear no vitriol in it. I never hear no malice, him now disrespect Kabaka either in it. You know, and he was just talking to, like, you know, you just feel like he might get a fight. And I feel like, you know what's funny? I feel like if both men, like, just sit down and just have a conversation, like, I think they would both realize each other's point of view, and it really wouldn't have been a major issue that it would have been based on the internet and how the Twitterverse especially love to amplify things and kind of create negativity around the situation. But yeah, I mean, I thought Valiant's response to the whole situation was pretty decent. You know, I personally don't think that Kabaka was trying to fight against Valiant, but I guess again the response around it all, like, it felt like that. But so Kabaka had a right to feel offended by the video, and I guess Valiant have a right to feel offended by his response. But,
True. Yeah.
I hope they both don't realize that it's not personal against each of them. Like,
I hope they both do realize it. They don't.
both do realize that it's nothing personal against them. Like I never think Kabaka was calling out Valiant, even though directly calling him out. And I guess I don't think that Valiant was trying to disrespect Kabaka either. So yeah, I just feel like if both parties just kind of come together and just have a decent sit down and a conversation, they probably can move forward. I don't think he's any beef or passa to squash. Well, just kind of just have a conversation and move forward, and see how them better can relate to each other, and maybe a song can come out of it. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think that happened. But I'll address the Popcaan thing firstly. It seemed like there's some issues there. It seems so.
Yeah.
It's clear that there seems to be some issues there. I could say some BTS, but I won't. But it seems like there's some issues.
I was gonna say some BTS.
Yeah,
I thought that we were gonna talk about it. Because I remember when he came on our show initially, Valiant.
Yeah.
He was saying that he was around unruly, and I don't know what happened, but there was he made a post on his page. And Popcaan responded and said him never in a unruly or something like that. Like kind of say, I never that me didn't mean Rasta or something like that.
Yeah, it was joking.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's bigger there, but
something is there. Something there. I could give more BTS.
Okay.
You never really give a BTS. That was Popcaan. I could give some BTS. So it seems like something is there.
Okay.
Whatever that is, just left that to time. To this Kabaka Valiant thing now. We did talk about it earlier in the week on the podcast, and one thing that I didn't mention was sort of there is it simmering between what I had to say and what Brandon Music Review had to say, big up him, was that all wagwan are frustrations coming to the fore on the part of Kabaka Pyramid. Here is the staunch Rasta artists what do Rasta songs.
Red, gold, and green.
Red, gold, and green. Well, red, gold, and green. Yes, he win the Grammy. But it not seemingly a win over the hearts and mind of the masses like that. So me a Rasta, me a do my song them, and I'm doing Rasta songs. Here for us this youth now, doing a song called Rasta that I interpret to be as mockery. Him a no Rasta, but him just up in a Rasta attire and garb, and I do a song called Rasta that seemingly mocking what I do legitimately. I think it's really just that at the end of the day. Now some people may pre that and see it as bad mind. I just feel him just being frustrated.
I can
with
understand
the circumstance.
Yeah.
And
I guess
in
it's
effect
not
the
geared
people.
right.
With the people.
Right.
Because in his whole, diatribe, it did call out the people.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's necessarily directed towards Valiant.
Yeah.
Because he must say, if it's that he has to be doing songs like these to capture the people in imagination, it's like John Oster, really, if you take a look at ourselves, I think it's just frustration. People are going to call it a bad mind or whatever. I just really feel him just frustrated with the situation. You know what I mean? Valiant's part now, I feel him feel away. Cause but just boss. Things are clicking for me. Here I'm doing things that seemingly work with the masses. And here you are, somebody who I respect. Because I'm almost sure that Valiant see Kabaka as somebody worth respecting, especially after that Grammy win there. And call me out and it just seem like say we fight against him. So I see both sides.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if they had a conversation, like you can't even tell, like the parties looking on them, they both have a right to feel aggrieved. But just looking on it, like pretty much just like from an objective standpoint, it don't feel like it was anything, like there was no malice geared towards each party. That's what I'm saying. Like if they had a conversation, they would probably realize each other's frustration.
That's your point.
So I don't think it's anything for them to like be angry with each other about. Like it really isn't, because
Even if it's for agree to disagree.
Yeah, because even what you said, like I can understand Kabaka's frustration too, and I can understand Valiant's frustration, like, but I don't think, maybe he's getting maybe he might get fight against, we don't know. Valiant, we don't know. There's several probably people him know behind the scenes openly,
which
whatever.
he alluded to the Popcaans of the world.
Right. But I don't think Kabaka is one of them.
No.
Maybe it's just me, but I just don't think Kabaka is one of them. I think Kabaka probably just had he was just disappointed with the topic and the satire. But
Now, should he have voiced those frustrations? That's a different argument altogether. I think Kabaka should have been cognizant of the fact, oh, I'm gonna come off. But then again, him probably don't give a fuck. I have this Grammy, you can't chat him. Him seem like him depend on that type of time.
Maybe that's
is it me? So.
I mean, you know, I think if you can communicate and as he rightly, and I think how he did it, he was able to communicate how him feel without shitting on Valiant. So I hope Valiant can take that into.
Yeah, and as you pointed out, even though Valiant responded, you know enough other artists would have responded. Like much more vitriolic and much more feeling that fuck the Rasta boy. You know, so that could have been a response, a type of response. So kudos to him for voicing him feeling without, being insulting.
And literally we can have more. And that's why I say if they were able to come together and have a conversation, they probably would realize each other's point of view and probably move forward. And
it's just dead right there. So
basically.
Alrighty. Moving on. Charly Black signed Idiot Deal. That's so weird. Charly Black, the Jamaican artist behind the mega hit Galua Party Animal, recently released his latest album, No Excuses, marking his freedom from a multi-album deal with Universal / Aftercluv signed in 2017. In a recent interview, Charly shared his disappointment with the deal, stating, "I signed an idiot deal. It was not about me getting money. It was all about me getting the opportunity to work with a major label." He further revealed that Universal heard about him through his success in Colombia, and after several years, they were unable to produce a hit for him. Despite the setback, Charly collaborated with Grammy-winning dancehall superstar Sean Paul on a track, Gal Generals, for which he had to push due to label delays. Narrow.
I don't know if that verbiage is coming from him, where it says that they weren't able to produce a hit for him. If it's that, it is coming from him. I think he has this thing twisted. I'm supposed to produce the hit for them. That's what it's supposed to do. Big respects to Charly Blacks. Let me just put that out there before I say what I'm about to say.
To be honest, I didn't even know he did an album.
That's the thing. I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
Big respects to Charly Black. Smash hit with Party Animal.
Still singing.
Good artist. Know what I mean?
Diamond. Selling
Smash
album.
hit. Smash.
For real.
Me too never know when they put out that album. But I'll say this. I think the album before this, and it never really encouraged me to listen to that current album. Alright, let's just say it wasn't the best album. And that's putting it nicely. Alright. I think what we're seeing playing out here is what we see enough time with artists where them feel a certain sense of entitlement. And I feel like them artists are really need to be real with themselves and recognize the situation that they're in. Especially when you go sign to a label. You're supposed to produce the hit, not them. And what we mentioned earlier, I think was week after last week, or was it week before last? When me say when them label sign you.
Oh, when we're talking about Skeng.
Yeah, we're talking about Skeng and Massacre. When these labels sign you, them things say you have the sauce already. They're looking to capitalize. Them are going to do certain things, yes, to put you into position so that they can capitalize. But them things say you know what you do. So it's not for them necessarily. Them not enter to say, yo, we need to do this so you can produce this. Produce. That's what you're there for. I just feel like say some of them artists and even some people, general public, get this thing twisted.
Question. Suppose it's a case where he has songs and then probably find a song where he say, I think this is the hit song. Release it. And they're like, nah.
I was thinking more so working it. So like, you have to market it, promote it, whatever.
That's a part of thing. But just to answer Javs, because she asked a question. Probably them hear this and say, no. This are not it. You know what I mean? While him feels it. So that's where they may be at some loggerheads there. You see me? Because them things that do tend to happen where I want to put out this song at this certain time and they're like, no, we don't feel like this ready. How about you do something else? And then artists say, yo, me no need to do nothing else because this is what me done do. And me feel like say this are it. But like if you love music and music how you do for your living, me not see why it would create such a big deal. Say, yo, just do more songs and present it to them and whatever connect. At the end of the day, them have to connect. Not the label, them. I know the coach them on the field at the end of the day are the owner of them. And the ball of them have to go score the goal.
Yeah. Or is it a case where them put him in a box to say, yo, make songs that sound like you are party animal. Girl, you are party animal.
Perhaps.
Okay. Well, thanks,
to be fair.
I have to follow Naro. But first of all, I did not know that Charly Blacks had an album. And I think we keep our ears to the ground of like albums come on, and we get albums sent to our email like when it's not full. You know, and we get press release and whatever, but we didn't get a press release. I don't know if it was intentional. I did not see it until I saw it in Prism Marketing.
Yes, get it right.
No, I think there's so much that we can say, and I think we alluded to it in our previous thought that we said like labels don't know how to market or promote or work with or dancehall artists because it feels as if they're speaking two different languages. I don't know, like the key words that you say was the Galia party animal, it big in the Latin market, but it's like Charly Blacks is not a reggaeton artist. So and you ask a fair question, Javi, and it's true. I'm like thinking maybe they wanted him to push more into the Latin market, and he's just like, but I don't even speak Spanish, bro. Hola, como quisiera. Like, you know, so it's just like I'm thinking there were several conversations that were happening, and there was just a like literally like loggerheads happening because they don't know how to push it. What you're saying is fair now, like, you know, you just produce music, like just create music. If you're a creative person, you just create music, and every creator just hope that it sticks and it works, and you know, you just try to see, you just work and figure out the magic, and sometimes you get lightning in a bottle once, and if you're very special and a divine talent, you get lightning in a bottle 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times, you know. I don't know, it's just I can understand Charly Black's frustration, but I agree with Nara in terms of like maybe because I've listened to a couple Charly Black projects, and I just think that probably Charly is the better as a single artist. So, you know, I was just probably thinking that maybe working with a major label, it would help him create a better project. Yeah. But, you know, unfortunately, I'm gonna go and listen to the album if I see it on my Apple, in my Apple list or whatever, playlist, whatever. So I'm gonna try and listen to the album. So I don't know. Him sign a idiot deal. That's between him and the label. That's between him and him team, because he's supposed to have a team for look it over. But
I guess there's more to it too.
And we're not gonna know. Like there's so much more to it, but I don't think it's right for him to really blame the album, the label entirely though. Like, you know, maybe he had something to do with it, but maybe not. Maybe he did all that he could, and the label should have done his best. But we don't know.
Some of the points that you bring up and Javi bring up is fair. But all I heard here, just to piggyback off of what you just said a while ago, all I heard here a while ago was no accountability whatsoever. It's just deflecting blame. You know what I mean? And we just know sometimes how them artists are staying. Not for say, oh, this is necessarily Charly Black, but sometimes you just see certain things and it's like you just say, yo, them never do nothing. Them never do it. I feel them fault make this deal not work out. You have to question the side of the artist as well. You just have to. That's how me see it.
Yeah.
Fair.
As I said, life isn't black and white. There are areas and shades of gray, and We just gotta just figure it out along the way. But I hope that, I don't know, maybe he's hesitant to sign another major deal, but maybe just focus on doing music that he knows how to do, but we know him for, and just doing singles what we know and we like. He worked it. He got the mega hit with Party Animal, like again, Lightning in a Bottle. Let's try to see if he can find something again with it.
Yeah, all the best to him.
Yeah.
True. And that does it for Quik Fix. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment down below.
Right, this one. Yeah.